Sapphire Spider Oracle channel. If it's your first time being here for a pick-a-pile reading, thanks so much for stopping by. We're about to get started. All the timestamps are below in the video description. And if you're a returning listener, thanks for coming back. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe as you see fit. If your message resonates with you, just let me know, please. I've got a golden healer quartz in here. I've got a mosaic quartz, very pretty. And we have some raw citrine. Feeling these yellows and golds, and I have the golden Botticelli deck. So this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Pause for a moment and resonate, and then just go pick your pile from that video description. I'll see you guys in a moment. Thank you. All right, pile 1. I pulled 3 cards for each pile, and then I've got the rest of the deck over here to help clarify. What's up, y'all? It's been a while. I have been so just all over the place, and I just had to get a reading in for this Taurus new moon. So let's find out what this energy is for you guys, pile 1, right here for this Taurus new moon. I know we're in eclipse season as well, so let's check out the cards. First card, 3 cups. It gave me a song immediately. It said, everybody in the club getting tipsy. And I say that too because the artwork on this card, I don't know if it's the way it's printed or what, but it's like her face is distorted, as if like you're looking through a glass, or like you have like your beer goggles on, or like you can't see straight and stuff. And it's overall a happy card. It's it was a happy energy that came through. So 3 of Cups, getting together with some friends, having a good time, maybe getting a little tipsy, dancing around in the yard. That's a good season to have, right? Especially if it's your birthday season, if you're a Taurus while you're watching this. That's just what it's giving me. I'm not catching anything else off this card. That was what it gave me. So some good vibes with some friends definitely coming through right now. A little voice came in and it said, yes, the kids can come too. So this is the 6 of Cups. It sounds like it's not just getting together with friends. It's definitely could be more about some family. With the 6 of Cups, there's a bit of a reunion energy, at least within yourself, like you're happy in spirit, reconnecting with your inner child maybe. Especially, again, if it is your birthday season for this pile. If not, you're just reconnecting with your children, connecting with children around you. It doesn't even have to be just about children. It can be about, quote-unquote, soulmates. Anybody that can be a friend or somebody that you're just really kindred with, right? So altogether, got some really beautiful Cups energy in here. It's a wonderful season, right? And it literally looks like this outside. It's just gorgeous, right? Very much enjoying the earthy outdoors. Very much enjoying this happy, sunny friendship and family energy around you. Reconnecting with some people that you either haven't seen for a while, or just getting back in touch with that Cups energy, that inner self, making yourself happy. Queen of Swords. The energy very much shifted at this card, not in a negative way, it just became very still. Where it was a little more over here, this became very still. So with this Queen of Swords energy, okay, I just said the word solemn. This is very solemn energy. Very still, very quiet, very focused. The way it's showing her hand to me right here as it's resting on the blade, like she's actually holding over the blade. Oh, look, a little ant. That's not a surprise in my house. But here, go over there. Yes, there you go. The way it's showing it to me, the way her hand is around the blade, it's showing it to me more like, kind of like if you're the kind of person that bites on your nails or chews on your cheek when you're in thought. It's not like she's cutting her hand. It's more like she's like playing with her sword or something while she's in deep thought. And it's almost like she's like not stroking sort of, right? It's just like she's like doing stuff like that. It's kind of giving it to me like she's here at this same place, at this same energy. Like the landscape just flows over into her card. So this feels like, whoa, okay, pile one. Something says, feeling like an old maid. You play card games when you get together at parties and stuff, right? Someone around you or yourself, pile one, is feeling like an old maid when everybody else is in the club getting tipsy. And even while the kids are out there playing, like you're very much kind of sitting on your own and you're in deep thought about something. And that's the whole thing, is like, now the Queen of Swords is very focused. It's not that you're daydreaming or you're just not very present with everything else going around you. You're focused on something else and you're in that deep thought and you're just kind of like mindlessly running over it. So there's something here, pile one, about not fully connecting to this energy. And that's why the message was like, it's a good time to enjoy all of this and do this. So let's get a clarifier or two. What are you thinking about over here? You might have some decisions. This first card right here in between my two fingers kind of sticking up. You might have some decisions that are on your mind. Got a Queen of Wands over here. It just said sisters because it's literally like the same figure. These are sisters. Might be someone's birthday that's your sister or kind of close to it, right? There's some of that. Okay, it's kind of implying like maybe they're not having such a great time either. These cards are all upright. This isn't like anything bad, but it's showing me all these head tilts on these cards, and it's just implying that this is the same person. Maybe she's getting tipsy because she ain't really having a good time, right? Queen of Wands would definitely be more of the party queen, and if she's not having a great time, well, then there's definitely something on her mind. This is weird. It's just weird how, especially these two are just like they are thinking about the same thing. Okay, who wants these? They're thinking about the same thing. Okay, I like how that, okay, and yeah, I think, so I'm saying, this is like your sister or your dear friend. With this Queen of Wands, like, they're more of the nurturer and supporter than the Queen of Swords. Now, Queen of Swords can be nurturing and supportive, but she does it in a very factual, cold way. When I say cold, I just mean like very blunt, right? Very direct. Queen of Wands would definitely entertain some guests while feeling like that inside, because she's a Queen of Wands. The next step would be to fight them off, essentially. We'd be like, I'm tired of this. I don't want you guys here. But she will put up with it for a while because it's just kind of like expected of her. There's something there with that. What's this? The Tower. Look at it going between these two sisters. Okay, it's saying like there was a spat. It's kind of talking about the past too. It's saying like there was a spat before between possibly these two sisters, these two people. And you've both been thinking about that and about how maybe you didn't want there to be a rift. You know, like sometimes it just happens. Sometimes you have fights with your siblings. Sometimes you have a fight with your friends. There's all this like red smoke coming out of the house, or this building rather. They're like blowing off steam. Right, that's what I'm saying. There was something there. There was like a fight or something. It feels like it was in the past though. But you've both been thinking about it. And I think there might be a party or some kind of get together, especially with your family and kids around, cousins, friends, whoever, and y'all reconnect. But someone else isn't, they're either not super happy to be here, or like the moment they see you there, they're thinking about this too. So there's a little bit of this like confirmation coming through for you, pile one, that's like, you know, do they feel the same way? Do they wish we hadn't like had a spat or fought before? You know, like, I'm kind of miserable sitting over here by myself, but they don't look so happy either. And I think the message is more at this time like, yeah, they've been thinking about the exact same thing. They've been feeling the exact same way. This was a big deal between y'all at the time, but you know what? We're here, got a couple of drinks in us, all the kids are around, it's a beautiful day. Maybe it's an opportunity for y'all to kind of sort things out. So, hey, that's a nice pick-me-up message for this new moon, right? What are these two? It just said like boundaries, so this might be about boundaries. That's why there's this space here, right? There might be something about boundaries, but that's where I was like, what are these two outside cards here? The Star and the Empress. So with the stars over here, it's very much about some hope. Like, go into this event very hopeful. Look at this. In real life, it's just like, it looks more like regular people, right? Maybe getting a little tipsy, just having a regular old party. What it just gave to me here with the Star card is that, like, you are all beautiful spiritual beings that are here in each other's life at the same time, right? You're all queens, you're all little goddesses, or what have you with this energy. They're coming into this with some hope of possibly some reconciliation. You should go into it with the same too. You might just not be really sure about how to approach this or how to go into it. So just start out being really sweet and friendly and lovely, very much in this feminine energy. Just have some fun, and at the right time, I think you can later talk about this. And, you know, it's kind of like while y'all are sitting on the sidelines watching the kids play and watching everybody else party, it's like, then there's this. But it feels like the past. Now, it is still a tower because it's a conversation that needs to be had. But there's this distance here about like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't really want to do that. With this Empress here, I very much think that she's an Empress about boundaries. She has this like iron scepter and like all this armor on. Like, she is not just an Empress that is sitting around in the field and everything. In fact, she's inside. And her throne is very sturdy. It's made of this stone. She's very monolithic in her figure as well. And that's what it's saying. It's like have pride in yourself, but be receptive in that feminine way to possibly correcting some of this energy. It's not about giving up your boundaries. And it's not about either one of you losing power or position, either in the family or just between y'all. There was something here possibly about boundaries. Look, we have that wall, right? Someone crossed someone's boundaries before. Not very happy about it. Might have gotten told off, or you did the telling off. And there's been this space in between. It's not about you dropping your boundaries, pile one. It's about you confidently asserting them, but also, like I said, all this feminine energy. This isn't about fighting or going in there and like, you do this and you do that and this is how it's gonna be and It's just like, you know, I thought this over. I'd like to work on this. I have my boundaries for a reason, and I'd just like you to respect them. And then we can get past this, right? Done. And that's the message for you, pile one. That's what's coming through here. Just take it easy. If in doubt, look at these queens again, right? They both got the same thing on their mind. They're both feeling and thinking the same way. both leaning this way too. Everybody's head's leaning. I'm saying lean. Like there's like definitely a little bit of a party vibe. Everybody getting tipsy, lean with it, rock with it. There's like all this, but there's still very much this solemn energy because of this past. So this probably needs to be addressed. Just be receptive to it and just keep your boundaries, but you don't have to assert them hardcore. Just conversation. And that's what I got for you. I'll see you guys on the next pile. Thank you. Hello, pile 2. Hope you guys are doing great. Let's get started. So it is a Taurus new moon today. I believe it's an eclipse season too, like a solar eclipse or something. Honestly, I've been so disconnected from my practice lately because I've just been working. And I don't know, I've just been, there's a lot of big things. I tried to record Pick a Pile not too long ago, and I ended up not publishing it just because honestly it hit so fast and so hard that life just got overwhelming. So I pulled 3 cards for each pile. Here we are with yours. Let's find out what's coming through on this new moon and this eclipse energy for you, pile 2. Five of Swords. It said, I want his head on a plate. And that's exactly what we have back here. It reminds me of the painting Judith and Holofernes, which was by, oh God, this is embarrassing. I should know her name. I do know her name. I know the artist's name. She was like one of the only female painters during the like Renaissance era or one of those things. And she was like abused and stuff, and they didn't believe her necessarily in court. I think she finally got divorced, and she went into art school, which was like a big for women at the time. And long story short, she painted a lot of paintings about, you know, empowered women figures, and that's what we see here. It's like a princess or a queen and her maiden, and there's a man's head back here in a basket, and it's pointing out how the woman in front in the blue is the one holding the sword, and like she's the one, like she's not ashamed of it, like she's claimed, yes, I did this, I cut his head off, right? And yet she's got this like golden like little twig thing in her hand, almost like a peace branch, like an olive branch. Yeah, it's like she's got an olive branch in her right hand and a sword in her left hand, and she has severed the head of this man. And if we're kind of going with the theme of Judith and Holofernes, then, or at least that artist who painted all those figures, there's something here about that empowerment energy, feminine empowerment energy. When it said, I want his head on a plate, something just came through and it said, if you want something done right, do it yourself. And that's exactly what this figure did. So, pile 2. Either you got some heads to lop off, figuratively speaking, or someone had or has it out for you. And this is the energy you are encountering, and this is how they feel. So, and it could go both ways, definitely. Like if it was a squabble, y'all might both be feeling this way, but somebody, you or somebody else, is very determined to make sure that they have exacted whatever they need to do to clear their path, and they're not, something was just kind of like they're not going to stop until they have that head on a plate. Getting a little intense in here. Okay, what's this? Eight of Cups. I don't know if you can hear that person outside screaming. Interesting. With this Eight of Cups here, this Eight of Cups is not as traditional in this deck. It talks about synthesis a lot. It's very much like he's almost a alchemist, and he's like trying to figure out a formula here, and he's studying and he's practicing, and he's like mid-thought, like theorizing. It just gave it to me like this guy, like he had like a premonition, like an inkling about this event, and she's looking back at him. They just presented it to me like this is a vision that this guy had. like during the day he's an alchemist or something like that, but it was like he was also kind of clairvoyant and psychic, and it was like he got a vision of this right here. And that's how my clairvoyance is. Like, it definitely will bring me paintings and imagery and movie references and songs and visions and stuff, and they just kind of hit you out of nowhere sometimes, and that's what it really gave to me. And with the Eight of Cups, you usually have to go somewhere, or it's about walking away from something to go find the other two cups or whatever is missing. So there is this kind of energy, right, just on this card specifically, that's like the vision is had. Maybe now he's got to get up and like go do something about it, or go find out what happened. There's something there about that. Five of Wands. Notice how this guy is very much mixing little things too, and he's got the wands back here. He said your neighbor, like he's going to his neighbor to maybe be like, did you hear about this, or what's up with that, or right, what happened to this dude over here? Or was it like, okay, it's talking about how these two men in these cards, this one doesn't know. This one gets like an inkling about it. And it's almost like this conversation of like, man, did you hear about what happened to so-and-so? And it's almost like, are we next? They're worried about it. They're worried. So, Five of Wands can definitely be a little bit of competition energy. Some kind of squabbling and challenges. You got a 5, 8, 5, 5 and 5 on the out edge. This is a big change for sure. Someone gets like wind of it, it feels like they literally get wind of it, or they have like a dream or a vision about it, and they go to their friend who seems to be very much like them, and it's like, whoa, what happened to so-and-so? Had this thing, or found out this information. What are you doing? And it's like they're both working on a solution to not also end up like this. Okay, that's interesting. It's like both of these guys over here are working on a solution to not end up like that. If this is you, pile 2, then you got some people shook up. If it's not you, then you're the one that's kind of worried about like, whoa, what's up with that person, right? Let's get some more cards. Let's get some clarifiers. All right. Knave of Cups. Okay. Somebody got rid of this guy because there's a new figure coming into their life. It doesn't have to be like men. It can just be people. But that's essentially what it's showing me, is like this face back here is a little older, so an old relationship, an old connection, somebody that didn't need to be around in the scene anymore, next, right? Because there's new relationships, new friendships, new connections coming in. This isn't necessarily something like they knew about it. It's like that's the move that they were making. This is why they let this person go, because the universe, life in general, is leading them on to different paths. And you can see that with the way that these people are both walking out of these cards. So that's kind of what the deal is. It's like letting you know. It's like, this is why that person did that. And that was kind of like done. But there is this like herald energy. Like there's something There's definitely like this messenger energy that comes with that. Like, it's meant to send a message. The message is received, is what it just said. So there's something there. What's under this 8 of Cups? Look at all these like little alchemist, magician people. This one is like the master alchemist. Or it said the master energy for the reading. So I'm getting the sense that this middle row is more of who you are, pile 2. This one was saying when there's a will, there's a way. So, and it's very much like he literally got the message, heard the message, saw the message, and turned right around and went right to work on some kind of solution to either prevent this from happening, or was just like, okay, cool, got it, thanks. And I don't know, needs to kind of work on something. This is about your willpower and your discernment. So you're not turning your back on this. It's just like you're also very focused. And with this being the major arcana card compared to these two up here, this is like you're the main energy that's either concerned about this or learns about this. And it sends you off in a very distinct direction. Okay, thank you, Spirit. That's what I was going to say. Remember I was saying with the 8 of Cups, it's usually about like, oh, you got to go walk off and do something. That's exactly what you do. You go right back inside to work, and you're like you do kind of talk a little bit like, oh, what was up with that? Hey, I'm kind of worried about this, and there might have been some fights and squabbles, but you turn right back around and you go right back to work because you're like, okay, we are not going to end up like this. Seven of Swords. Now in this deck, the 7 of Swords is different as well. It's about devising a plan. And that's exactly what I see. There's this, thank you, Spirit. It was talking about how these 3 guys over here are like designing a plan. It's a conspiracy, it just said. It's more like, and what's depicted in this card is very much like they've built this watering trough, which is supposed to make their farming and herding life easier, because if the animals can have, you know, a consistent flow of water, then they ain't got to go search for water and stuff all the time. So it's very much about finding a solution to a problem. That's why all these guys are kind of like mixing and working on stuff, and they're trying to figure out the solution to a problem. The solution feels like, how can we serve everybody or everything in this situation in a healthy, right way? That's where it's about devising a plan. But the 7 of Swords in a more traditional deck usually does carry this kind of possible deception energy with it. Like somebody sneaking around, doing something, making plans behind people's backs without them realizing. And I think her eyes very much are kind of cutting down here for that too. It feels like you and others possibly are trying, it's not like a negative thing. Like you're just making plans together to basically just not end up like this person over here. With new connections and new opportunities too, right? I mean, a Knight of Cups a Knave of Cups is usually about literal friendships, and not necessarily like romantic things, but it can be. And if it was a Knight of Cups, I would definitely say something more along like romance lines. But with a Knave of Cups, it's more just that connection, that friendship, that companionship thing. You get together with your friends to kind of figure some stuff out, get some solutions. Oh, thank you. It did just say though too, that's the whole thing, when it was like it was like they were talking, it's like, why is she so angry? And it was like, well, she had to clear the path to make way for new connections. that's why she's angry, because maybe someone did deceive her and make some plans behind her back, and that's why she keeps looking back and checking her back to make sure that people aren't deceiving her. But essentially the path is being cleared, like it's being blazed, right? It's being cleared. Overall, everything's pretty gravy. So just make sure you're making the right plans, the good plans. Like that's kind of part of it, is like make sure you're making the right plans and the good plans. Not something behind someone's back, not something that is, you know, just nasty. People are here to literally work with you and work on solutions with you. But it does sound like somebody had to be let go, and it's sounding more like a job, but it can just be general relationships in your life. And you had to let these things go to make way for something new. Or you're witnessing someone do this and you're like, you know what? I got a point. Let's work on this so that we don't have to go through this either. Boom. I want to see what's under the deck for you guys. Four of Swords, yeah. You might need to meditate and chill on it for a little while. Just in general, like go hang out and kind of get away from people too at the same time. You're working with people, but you need some time away from people too. I think, and that's what I'm saying, this Seven of Swords sometimes is tricky. There could be someone else that you're hanging out with that you think is trustworthy, that you can talk to, and maybe they're not so much. So that's part of the other side of the plan. Like, you make sure that you're not doing anything with anybody that doesn't align to your personal values. You have the power to do that for sure. If you need to clear some people out of your path in order to stay right, then you do that. Because there's plenty of new connections to come along that will work with you in this good way. And it might start with some meditation, because of the fact that you got to figure out who those people are sometimes. It keeps kind of pointing out this person here in this Five of Wands, and that's that challenge card. So there might be a little something going on behind your back. You're also catching wind of somebody else doing this too, and it's kind of inspiring is what I'm getting here at the end. The final note is like, it's kind of inspiring. You see them doing this in their life, making way for new stuff, and you're like, you know what? I need to do that too, because this person I'm not sure about, so we're going to check it out. And that's what I got for you, Pile 2. Let me know how that resonates for you. Wish you lots of luck, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Hello, Pile 3. Last pile for today. Let's get started. I've pulled 3 cards for each pile, and that's where we're going to begin. And then I've got the rest of the deck to help clarify if needed. So let's just start. It's coming in for this new moon and eclipse season for you. Two of Pentacles. It said little devils. These are little satyrs, and they do have little bitty horns. Two of Pentacles is definitely about your finances, so it might be about kids, vacations, getting into summertime, right? There's a whole bunch of little things that kids need. Like at this time, they're starting to get geared up for little summer camps, and they're finishing up school, and right, there's just all these things. So that's where it was kind of like very mischievous little energies, but overall very happy and giddy energy. It's just kind of tough having everything around that you need at all times when you've got maybe 3 kids or a whole bunch of kids, right? So that might be on the forefront of your mind. And Taurus season is a good season to kind of focus on your finances. It's a strong energy to work on. So it's a good season to think about it. Yes, and you should, because there's the Ace of Pentacles here. There's an opportunity coming up, something that is either helping you out financially, helping you save a pentacle, or it's presenting a little extra money to you to help things happen. It could also be in the form of actual people and like events, places that they can go somewhere. That's what I was saying, kind of like summer camp, somewhere there you can send them, like, oh, this golden opportunity to occupy all these youngins. Right? And they're kind of summoning it. They're like, I want to go somewhere. I want to do something fun. I want to do, and that's where you're like, you know, money, time, expenses, these things. I think there's a nice opportunity coming up for you that's just going to work out all for the best in this situation. So definitely like focus your energy on those things and it will attract it to you, just like how they're calling it in. Ooh, nice. And you got the Ace of Swords right behind it. I said like done. Very much like you signed your name on a contract. Done. There's something here. Yes, definitely. The kids are the motivation. Small people or dependents in your life are the motivation behind this calling. And you need to send that out to the universe. It shall appear. And it just wants me to show you that mosaic crystal, this central part right here, very much kind of reflecting this pentacle. And that's where you're just like, yep, this is perfect. 2 aces, right? Got the aces down. So then you sign on the dotted line. Makes everyone happy overall. It's a good decision. It clears up time for you. That's what it's showing me here with the tree. It clears up time for you. There's fruit back here on these trees, so it's a fruitful decision is what it's saying. A fruitful decision. It's a good thing. So when this arrives, you'll know what it is. It'll feel doubly great because you got these 2 aces. So you're gonna know exactly what this is. Your pile's moving kind of fast. Let's get some clarifiers maybe. Of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. What I say about them Pentacles? Yeah. With this 5 of Cups here, there's definitely a little bit of kind of like mournfulness, sadness, loneliness. Could even just be a little touch of boredom. There's something here that's definitely there's a longing energy, and that's what you need to get out of. Okay, that's what you need to get out of, because there's plenty to go around. With the 6 of Pentacles, that is about giving energy. You need to get more into this giving energy, and it's very much giving it to me like this person's going outside talking to Mother Nature, talking to the trees, and being like, you know, I got all these kids, please make sure they're provided for. Here, I brought this little offering. It'd be really great if I could find some way to occupy them and make them happy, you know, get something for them. And that's when it does. It very much like the sword and the stone. Like the opportunity comes, you take it, it all works out. So you need to transition from this worrisome, sad energy. And it's giving it to me very much like a mom being stressed because her kids want to do all this stuff and financially she's not sure if she can make that happen, right? That's a very typical mom stress, and that's what it's giving to me. So you need to get down to that energy. The universe will provide, and that opportunity is definitely on the way to help channel that energy faster. Give what you can, where you can. It doesn't even have to be about money. It can be about, like I said, I put bird seed outside, right? That's my offering to Mother Nature and the birds and everything. So just little things like that with intention, that's abundance energy, and it'll bring it right back to you. And there it is, right? They brought it right back to you. So you need to go outside or just, you know, spend some time in prayer and just keep yourself in that high vibe energy. This energy, this card is so beautiful. You need to stay in that energy. This card's pretty too. It's just not enjoyable being in that sad energy when it's so nice. So you gotta put out that nice energy. And once, that's what I was gonna say. I want one more card as a final note on this reading. Judgment. Like I said, you reap what you sow. Things of the past come through for and it kind of laid it on the Ace of Pentacles. So it's like, right, someone or something that you've helped in the past or that you were connected to comes through at the right time to kind of swoop in and save the day. They're the ones presenting this opportunity for you. You gave your time and energy to them before, perhaps, and they come back through for you now. So that's why it's important to get out of this sad energy, because it sounds like you already took care of some of this a long time ago, And it's just coming back around at the right time to help you out. Definitely. It's just the right move. It's just the right thing to do. Whatever this is, that's the bottom line. It's just the right thing to do. So I think you're gonna feel happy about this, whatever it is. And that's what I got for you. Pile 3. Hope you guys are feeling great, and just come back to the channel anytime. Happy new moon, happy eclipse. See y'all next time. Thank you.